Hello beautiful people, good afternoon from South Africa. You're welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, thank you so much. I really appreciate you clicking on this video to watch my video. It means a lot to me, and if you don't mind, please consider subscribing before you make your way out and hit on the bell sign. That's where you'll be notified of my subsequent videos. Okay, I'm a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa with my family, and I make videos concerning South Africa, Nigeria. I show you a sneak peek of my life. Interesting and important things you'll definitely find on this channel. So yeah, I trust you will enjoy it here. And to all my returning subscribers, oh my god, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. In today's video, I'm talking about strategies to cope as a mom, obviously a wife in most cases, and studying. Okay, so yeah, strategies to cope as a mom, wife, and as a student. As you all know, I was a student before I got married, obviously, and after I got married and had kids, I had to go back to school here in South Africa, and yeah, it was tough, I'm not gonna lie, but I had strategies that I used to cope studying as a student full-time and having toddlers, you know, slash babies. I want to bring those strategies to you so that if you're studying or if you're working or wherever you think you can apply these strategies, especially if you're a mom and you have kids, you have to go back to school as a full-time student and a full-time mom, these strategies will definitely come in handy for you. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So this video has been highly requested. I've made series of videos about how I studied in South Africa and a few things. I will be putting the link of them in the description box so that you can watch some of those videos. And I had a few people that told me that they would like to know the strategies I used to cope as a student and as a mom while studying, and also as an international student, right? Because it counts, especially if you're somewhere that you don't have your family around, it's just you and probably your husband and kids. You need strategies to cope. So this is why I thought it wise to think about how I actually cope and brought this video to you. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So recapping, I studied here in South Africa. I did my honors degree, what we call honors degree in South Africa. I would consider it the most stressful degree I have ever embarked on, and a lot of South Africans will agree with me that honors is a very stressful study, and master's degree obviously is masters. Okay, masters is also very stressful. So I had to do these both degrees as a full-time student and as a mom. At the time where I started my honors degree, my younger daughter was like 9 months. I had to do a lot of things, move from one province to another alone with the children, and obviously it was not an easy one for me at the time. And I studied for 4 years, I would say, in another province. I had to do my master's for 2.5 years and rounding up with the last 6 months, and I did my honors for 1 full year. So say 4 years. But the first strategy is know what you're going into. Okay, yes, you have to know what you're going into. You have to know that being a student is not easy, especially studying in a foreign country, especially studying, having other responsibilities like being a mom and being a wife. So you have to know that it's not easy. So when you know that it's not easy, obviously it kind of psychologically prepares your mind towards whatever difficulty you will encounter, because trust me, there will be difficulties. I'm not saying this to scare people away, but that is the truth. There'll be difficulties. There'll be times you will cry, there'll be times you'll be frustrated, there'll be times you will need to vent to people and all that. So just say to yourself, this will be difficult, but I am determined to go through this as much as it is difficult. Okay, so that is number one strategy I used. I told myself, chinomso, this will be tough, but as bad as it is, I will finish strong. Number two strategy is get help if possible. Yes, see, you cannot do it all by yourself. How can I stress this point? You can't do it all by yourself. Depending on the age of your kids, depending on the duration of your study, and different factors should be considered, but get help if you can. If you're in a country where you can get somebody to help you around, that would be very, very good. That would be handy. Like here in South Africa, fortunately, you can pay for services like that, and yeah. And but if you can't, you can get help, like your mom, your siblings, your relatives. Somebody can come and stay with you at that period, especially when you're starting, or when you're doing something important, like maybe you're writing your thesis, or you're writing exams, some kind of stressful times, you need help. So that was what I did. I got help. The first time I came, I got help, and I also made provision for my mom to come, and she came also. So she didn't stay throughout the duration of my study. She came the first year when I was in my honors. Yeah, I think she stayed for 6 months. Yeah, that woman tried. She, God bless you, mom. She stayed for 6 months and she left. And when I was doing my master's, she came again. Yeah, so get help. So just get help. Yeah, get help. That brings me to the third point. Get yourself some support system. People sometimes think that, oh, I'm an island, I can do it, I don't like friends, so I don't like friends, I like to do my thing. No, in this kind of scenario, there will be times where you need some kind of help, you need support system, you need people to talk to, you need people to encourage you and all that. Oh my God, the Nigerian community in Pietermaritzburg is something else, like it's bomb. I always, I connected myself with Nigerians which were around. I had some people to talk to. Sometimes I'll be stressed. I'll just walk into somebody's office, and fortunately enough, there are, some Nigerians who are lecturers, there are students who are Nigerians, there are, people also that do a lot of things that are Nigerians. So I can walk into somebody's office, I just want to vent. They'll be like, calm down, don't worry, it will pass, take it easy. And they'll offer help as much as they can. Sometimes you just need to talk to somebody. Sometimes you just need some kind of guidance. When I came newly, everything was strange to me. People had to put me through, this is how things are done here, this is where you get this is where you get this. So my point is, you need a community. Like, you need to get yourself entangled with a Nigerian community, or whichever country you're from, your community. You just need support system. I can't stress that. The fourth point is ask for help if you can. So these are all my strategies that I use. So sometimes I just say, Chioma, where are you? Please, I just need this. I just need you ask for help when you can. There are a lot of things you will not know, especially as a student, as a mom. I used to walk into the LAN and tell somebody, sorry, this computer, how do you guys do this thing? I need to print out this document, I need to do this, turn it in, I need to do this or that or that or that, and I'll get that help. Students are very helpful, but most times students mind their business, at least here in South Africa. If you don't ask for help, such things in the LAN, it's very intimidating. Honestly, you just walk into the LAN and everybody is just facing their work. People are busy, people are serious, people are studying, people are researching. And you look around. I usually look around like this, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this sorted. How do I do this thing? I need to do something. Because at the time, I was a computer literate, but not as much as I am at the moment. And I'll say to somebody, sorry, excuse me, I'm trying to get this figured out. How do I do it? The person will be like, look at me and be like, okay. They will leave whatever they are doing. So my point is, ask for help if you need help. Ask questions if you need to ask questions, both from the lecturers, from the students, people around you. Ask for help. Number 5 strategy I use to cope as a mom, a student in South Africa, that I think will be helpful for you as well, is depending on the ages of your kid. If you have toddlers, the crèche will be your best friend, trust me. Yes, if you have little kids, the crèche will definitely be your best friend, because even if you have help at home, this is what I did, you will not overwhelm the person with babysitting the babies in the house and still doing the house chores. So what I do is I registered my kids at the crèche and I let the person do the house chores, then I go to school. So that way you will not say, okay, somebody is maltreating my baby, or I don't know how the baby is faring. In the crèche, there are professional people which will take care of your child. And when you want to register for a crèche, you need a full day crèche. Yes, you need a full day. If not, you might get stuck somewhere and you need to go and pick your kids from the crèche. So what I did was I got a crèche and I registered them for full day. They closed by 5. Trust me, that full day I had a lot of times where I had to pick them after 5. Like sometimes I had to pick them and it was 15 minutes late. I'll be rushing, or I might even tell somebody, please pick my kids for. It has happened. So the crèche will be your best friend. You need a good crèche, and I can't stress that point enough. Or number 6 strategy that I used to cope as a student in South Africa, Nigerian student, I will say so, and that you can use to cope as well, is when you want to do your grocery shopping, buy things in bulk. Yes, you need to buy things in bulk because you don't have time. Especially, I don't know, here in South Africa, schools, they don't joke with school. Like before the pandemic, at least we were going in. I don't know how it is at the moment where people do visual learning and all that, but as at the time 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 that we were going to school, it was like no break, especially that honors. So you need to buy things in bulk. You don't have time to be running around the grocery shops all the time. When you want to buy your things, bring out a day, buy your things, even bread. Like what I used to do then, I used to even buy bread and freeze them all. Like I don't have time to be running around the shops, so that will also help you. Which brings me to the point number 7, meal prep. Yes, you need to be prepping your meals beforehand because you don't have time to be cooking every day. You don't, as a student, especially a postgraduate student here in South Africa, a foreigner, with a mother, a student, you don't have time to be cooking every day. You need to meal prep, bring out a day or a weekend and cook all the things you need to, store them in the freezer, label them, and you just have to heat and eat or heat and feed your kids. That is one strategy that helped me a lot. Like I can't stress, because you also need time to rest. There are some weekends that maybe you brought out one weekend to rest, and you don't need to be cooking all the time, going to the shop all the time. So you need to prep your meals beforehand. Very, very important. Point number 8, how I coped. Strategies, how I coped as a student. You have to always go back to school. During the day is not enough. I'm telling you, for me, I don't know about you, but I think for everybody, a student, but whether you're a mom or not, during the day is not just enough. You have to go back to school at night. At least that was what I did. I was always going back to school at night. When I bring my kids from school, from the crèche, I would drop them and feed them, rest a little, and go back to school and come back at the middle of the night. Even some Sundays, I used to wake up very early and bathe, dress as if I'm going to church, then go to school around like 7. No, around like 6:30. Come back by the time the kids and the help is ready. Then we'll go to church at 9. So like you don't have time to be. You have to squeeze out time to be going to the lands, because that's the time you have to do your research, your assignments and what have you. So you have to always go back to school. That is why you need help. At least for me, especially if your kids are small, if they are at the age where my kids are now, you can tell them, shh, I'm reading, I'm studying. But at that age where they were very little, they will always cry when they know that you are in the house. So I used to always sneak out, go to school and study. It helped me a lot. Number 9 points that helped me, or the 9 strategy that I used to study as a mom with kids, full-time student, wife, everything, is do your work on time. Like if you start the semester, just start your assignments immediately. If you have research to do, start it immediately. Don't say, oh, when the deadline is getting closer. Of course, in South Africa, I don't think anybody does that, but in case you have it in mind to do that, do not do that. I wouldn't say I learned the hard way, but of course I had to learn. But that was what I was doing. I start my assignment. If you finish your research or your presentation, just save it in your flash drive, and whenever you need to submit it, you print it out and submit, or whenever you need to present it, you present it. So like, let your work be beforehand, or before the submission date. You know why? With kids, you can't predict them. Sometimes your kids can be very, very sick, and trust me, as a mom that has a sick child, you won't be going to school, you won't have time to do things, so you can't have it all figured out. So the only way you need to do it is, you know, do your work beforehand. Yes, because I have time where I had to like skip like 4-5 days, and 4-5 days is a lot for me, because maybe my kid was sick, I had to take her to the pediatrician, be with her at home and all that. So you need to do your work beforehand. And the 10th and final point is put God first. The Bible said, for without God we can do nothing. Like, it's not of him that willeth or runneth, it's of God that shows mercy. And you need to put God first before he shows you mercy. The God factor, very, very important. Put God first. Always pray. Don't say, because I'm studying, I'm so busy, I'm going to church, and I'm not going to church, or I'm not going to pray. Or just put God first and always commit him your ways and your studies. God will make it beautiful for you, and you'll graduate. You will not stop. Thank you so much for watching. These are my strategies that I will say that I use to graduate, or strategies I use to study as a mom and as a wife, as a foreigner in South Africa. So I'm sure you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit on the like button, like this video, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, share, comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Tell me, if you're a student, which strategy did you find very, very helpful while you were studying, or do you think these strategies will work for you? Just tell me what you think on the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.